Yeah, it's been a little while. So we're gonna have to talk a little bit louder,
Yeah.
just because I think the recording audio is having a little issues picking us up.
Okay.
You don't have to talk crazy loud. Just no whispering, I guess, because that
Fair
won't
enough.
pick it up. Yeah, for sure.
I got you.
It's gonna be harder later on when we're actually stoned, but it's
Yeah.
hopefully we
gotta
can
make
figure
sure.
it out.
Act like the camera is a third person in our conversation.
Exactly.
Project our voices that way.
But like you said, no, I streamed the first time in like a month yesterday.
Okay.
That's when I started streaming.
What'd you
And what's up?
I said, what'd you play?
I played Apex. I played Apex.
Classic.
Yeah, man. You like playing it?
I haven't played it in a while, but yeah. Get it going.
Yeah. Yeah, if you want to, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead. So, I've been playing it. I played it in the beginning, like before I even had a season, and it worked over time. Like it didn't keep up with updates in the beginning, so it was super annoying. Pretty much, I think. Yeah, of course, I didn't turn on the. Very unprofessional.
Did you record the music at the same time?
I forgot to turn it on.
Oh.
Okay. Perfect. So I'm gonna just take this off because I get a feedback loop, and that's super annoying. But yeah, are you having issues with it?
Yeah, I don't think it's lit yet, and I did manage to eat some already.
Already?
You cut a nice little arc on audio, so hope you use that. So, what kind of format are you thinking for podcasts? Are you gonna cut it down a little bit, or are you gonna do like full form?
I have no idea what that means.
Like, are you gonna cut down the conversation to just like the interesting things we talk about, or are you gonna just do like the full conversation?
Full conversation. Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that'd be the best way to do it. I really liked when Joe Rogan did that. I'm actually have to put this down here, so unfortunately I can't see it, but it's for us. It's for us. For our ashtray. Is it working? If it's not working that well, you might need to take off the actual mouthpiece. Oh, it's opening up on you. Damn, you got some stuff on there. If you want, you can take some bongos.
That might be the move. I think I may have.
We can share this one if you want. I have no problem.
Yeah, this was my first attempt, so.
It happens.
I hold it. You think it'll work?
You might need to re-adhese it, like put a little bit more saliva on the end tip of it, and then try to close it up. But it's split, so I've never done that before. I have a mustache, so I'd be careful. But I mean, if you feel like I've lit my mustache on fire before, and my hair.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How'd you do that?
Taking bong rips.
Oh wow!
With a little torch.
It's a very valid way to do it.
Yeah. Oh fuck!
I may have already fucked this beyond repair. As Kyrie Liker.
Let me see it. I see if I can salvage it. Let me see it here.
I just looked at a bunch.
Yeah, you're good. I'll just wrap it up with what you got on there.
In my defense, it's my first one.
Hey, no problem, man.
Keep repeating that as many times as I can.
I think it is beyond repair. I think it is. It's just super flat. So next time, try to put more in there and try to roll it so it becomes more round instead of flat. That was the thing. But not bad for your first time. My first one didn't work at all, so it's all good. I think it's still on.
Fair enough. I don't need to put this all the way over there.
Whatever you want to do. Here you go.
Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, that was not the best hitter either. So I'm not a blunt roller either, to be honest. But
it works though.
It works, right? It works, yeah. As long as it works. But yeah, mine's all misshapen and shit. But yeah, full format. I like what Joe Rogan did. Like he did a live at first. Like he was like on YouTube live, and he had a bunch of people talking crazy shit on there. That's when I
did you read the comments live and everything?
He would no. So the comments were live, but they weren't. He wasn't seeing them.
Okay.
So it was pretty much what we're doing, but it's live. So
Yeah, it's like broadcasting.
It's straight broadcasting. Yeah. I loved Joe Rogan back in that time. Now he's really big now. Like I don't think he can really do what he used to do back in the day.
Not quite the same. Yeah, I think his platform is so big that like everything he says is put under such a lens.
Yeah,
You can't really have an opinion anymore because it's got to be like a perfect opinion every time you say it, because it's gonna be like so analyzed.
Yeah, I agree too, man. It sucks, but hopefully, do you know if he's gonna come back after the Spotify deal, or is that like set in stone? He's gonna stay there.
I have no idea. I mean, I've been listening to him on Spotify, so I mean, as far as I know, he's still making them. But
okay. Yeah, I have YouTube Premium, so I want to get Spotify Premium, but it's kind of just it's the same thing. Pretty much, it just doesn't have this podcast. So I'm like, as much as it sucks, I'm just gonna be all right. I'm just not gonna watch it. I'll watch clips and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let it.
I'm pretty selective with the ones I end up watching too.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people really love the ones with fighters and stuff like that, but I feel like they're kind of boring, to be honest.
Me too. Or like athletes. Like I personally, and I understand that a lot of people do, but I personally don't watch the NFL or like any kind of professional sport. So I have no fucking clue. Like
I'll tune in for like the last 3 rounds of March Madness.
Yeah. The highlights.
Exactly.
I watch the highlights.
Oh yeah, whatever shows up on TikTok or like Instagram.
Yeah.
Sure thing. Yeah. The good plays. Yeah, but I forgot what I was talking about. So yeah.
It was a good week. Yeah. It was football players and all that.
Yeah. We started talking about that though.
Joe Rogan. So he was just.
Yeah, I was gonna say I do really like like he had one with like a North Korean like
yes, dude, that one was insane.
Those ones where like he really like has people come on and just like talk about their life and like they have really interesting lives. Talk.
Yeah,
and he just listens and asks questions, and like he doesn't really say whether he agrees with a lot of those people or not. He just like lets them like voice it. I think it's a very interesting way of doing it.
I
mean, he generally says some stuff about it, but
he'll generally say something, like. But I think that format of doing it is it's a lot more interesting than the way TV does it, because you'll get like Conan O'Brien or going to the, you can spend me, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but I don't know why I keep doing that.
It's all good. So like Conan or like even politicians, when they have to like for the presidency to have 5 minutes on like the economy or like 2 minutes, like isn't it like super short, like 30 seconds?
Yeah, it's like soundbite material.
It's like soundbite stuff. It's like I don't mind that, but like when you really want to get to know somebody like that long form, it's a lot more interesting to me, you know?
Yeah, like fully developed thoughts and stuff like that.
Those are like when he would have people that like were really, really smart, like Neil deGrasse Tyson or something.
Yeah,
because like he would have to explain it in a way that we could all understand. Because it's Joe. Joe's not like, he's not like, I'm not saying he's dumb, but like he's like an average dude. You know what I'm saying? He's not really like, he definitely reads up on stuff.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, you know, the way that I look at the screen whenever he's explaining something, Joe's looking at him doing the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I really like that he gets like a really good explanation from that.
Yeah. He asks like exactly the questions that we want to hear.
Like, exactly. The one that tripped me out was that if you have like a solid tungsten rod that's up in space, you don't need explosives. You can just drop that bitch, and that bitch is like, it has the same like explosive capability or something like that.
It's like multiple nukes and stuff like that. Yeah,
that's crazy shit, man.
Yeah, it's pretty insane, and I love that they don't like launch it at all. They literally just like let go and let it fall to Earth, and it does all its own.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I mean, it costs a lot to get that size of a rod into orbit and just hold it there. But
yeah, that's true.
I mean, we spend what, $50 billion on just nukes.
Like, technically, we're still gonna get a space force, aren't we? Like, I don't think that's stopping. Like,
yeah, I wonder what.
Like, I'm pretty sure that's continuing. It's just not like,
I know they do like satellites and stuff right now, but like that could totally like, because it would just look like a satellite. It just has some extra antennas on it that, are not actually antennas. They're actually weapons of mass destruction.
Weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah.
I saw a simulation on YouTube of what would happen if everybody launched their nukes at each other. It was insane, man. Like,
you think we'd be alright?
No, we'd be fucked. fucked. We'd be super fucked. Especially, I don't think Austin's like in the grand scheme of the USA. I don't think Austin's the most important city.
Oh, we're definitely getting hit though.
But we're gonna get hit.
Oh, just by population center.
Just by population, man. Yeah. Like the whole vibe of Austin, I feel like that'd be very demoralizing. You know, if you hit it.
I'm trying to figure who would even be left. Maybe like Arizona.
Nobody, man.
No, I feel like there's definitely nukes in Arizona.
No, because after the nukes, it's the nuclear winter.
Yeah,
because all that dust just got sent up into up into the atmosphere.
I was with all the Ukraine stuff. I was watching something about how many nukes Russia actually has, and they have like 1,500 like ready to go.
Oh, fuck!
But then they have like 2,500 in storage in case they use the 1,500 nukes, right? And then they're like whoever's left is like, hey, I need that many more plus 1,000.
Plus 1,000. Yeah. You just got one guy loading them in one by one. Just. The last dude ever exists.
Yeah, it's not like they have the rockets to launch all of them. I don't know.
No,
are they going to carry them? Like,
I have no idea. And you see, I used to have some kind of, I used to have a feeling that if like nuclear war really happened, like the U.S. would bust out with some secret weapon that would like stop the nukes from coming.
Man, they'd stop the nukes for like the White House or something.
Yeah, but like at the same time, I really saw how it went with the pandemic, and it's like they did not handle it.
No, it's not that impressive. All.
That really like.
To be fair, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, keep going. I mean, we spend a lot more money on military than healthcare, so like, yeah, makes sense. But
that's true.
I feel like we have some ability to stop missiles, but I don't think we can stop a fucking armada of missiles. I feel like if Russia launched a nuke at us, like one, I think we could shoot that down.
There'd be like a fucking like a patriotic American that would just fly a jet into the nuke.
Well, like we have like missile defense networks and stuff like that.
Oh, okay,
like,
that works too.
Like we have stuff that's designed for that. It's just if they do all of them.
Yeah,
there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, that's true. So I forgot what I was talking about, but I have questions here.
Oh, hell
that
yeah. Let's go to it.
And so it's just random questions that I asked my friends to put in case I ran out of shit to talk about.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna find one real quick. So what's the highest you've ever been?
Oh man. Honestly, I feel like the highest I ever been was like when I first started smoking. I just had like cards because it was like right at the beginning of the pandemic. But like right before that, the way I got into it was one of our managers like would hit me up and be like, hey, do you want to come over and smoke after work?
I think I know who you're talking
about. Yeah.
Five Guys.
Yeah. And then so I'd go, yeah, it's fun, but like I definitely was new to smoking, so like we'd be there after like a 10-hour 11-hour shift, you know, and then go there, smoke, and then I was definitely very high sometimes. So we would like hang out and like play games for like a couple hours. I mean, okay, I don't know if we were doing 11-hour shifts, probably like 10-hour shifts. I should retcon that.
That's still a lot.
We're doing long shifts though, but like. Yeah, then we would like play games for a couple hours, and I would be very big just because I was like new to weed in general, and I didn't even have my own, so I would only smoke his weed.
Okay.
So I'd go there and I would, like hit his bong or whatever, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm pretty fucking baked. So it was good times.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I had a friend that got me into it too.
Yeah.
And I remember if I really think about it hard, I remember being like super stoned where I couldn't walk. Everybody has the one thing that they can't do when they first start smoking. I couldn't go up and down stairs. Like, just my balance and like my perception was so off that I just couldn't go upstairs. Like, I needed a rail.
Yeah,
I needed a rail or I could not get upstairs.
I had like conversation block. Like I just couldn't really like I could think thoughts and like in my head I was talking, but like when it came to holding a conversation with someone else, like I just like couldn't do it.
You'd space out and stuff, huh?
Man, it was just like I couldn't figure out how to respond to things they would say, even though I'd like know what to say, like I didn't know what words to say. But it wasn't like that baked, you know. It's just I think like socially awkward high, where I was just like too nervous to say something.
Oh,
so,
okay, like anxiety and stuff.
Yeah, but like not completely, you know. It was just like a good mix of the both, where it was like I already felt anxious, whereas like I'm hanging out with my manager, which like you know, he was cool to hang out with and everything, but like I just already had social anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was high, so I was trying not to act like, you know, a dumb like high schooler being high for the first time. Because, you know, this is my boss. So I was like very in my head, like, okay, play it cool. But then I would just end up being like, yeah, it's like everything. And I was like, all right, that's not cool. That's boring. So
I can't shut up sometimes. Like I
prefer that though.
I get a train of thought and I just continue until you like either ask a question or you stop me. It kind of just keeps going. Like it's good for this actually. Like it's good for this specifically, but like it's detrimental because if I'm gonna have guests and then I'm just talking the whole time, like why am I having guests? But
I mean, I'm pretty sure if you're here on the show, you kind of signed up for that.
Yeah. Well, however the way this show goes, I have no idea. What's up, cat?
And
I wanna go.
is your cat a he or she?
It's a she.
What's her name?
Shit. Oreo. She ran away. Okay.
Oh, Oreo.
Oreo is very antisocial.
You wouldn't know that from trying to get out here.
No, she just wants to be outside. She likes seeing freedom. Other things out there.
A couple of feet.
A few dogs will walk around. She likes staring at them and shit. Just kind of
Causing a fight.
yeah. I'm gonna add water to this. This is very disorganized the way this thing goes.
I think you're doing great.
Hopefully. I learned to not let it get in my head now.
Yeah, that's the best way to do it.
But when I first started, dude, it's like you were afraid of silence. That makes sense. My bad.
Yeah.
You felt like every second had to be interesting, you know? But like
when you're giving a speech and you start talking too fast.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I feel like it is right now. It was back then. But now I'm okay with like the pauses and stuff. It doesn't really bother me as much.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Now we gotta sit here silently, right?
All right, yeah, for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Dude, the funniest I've ever laughed at, like, you know those meme compilations?
Yeah.
You know that Bruno Mars song, where Uptown Funk again, dude.
I got it.
All right, I'm so sorry. See if you
good.
can maybe move it a little bit to the side. That might help. Dude, that fucking sucks. That's gotta sound gnarly too.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. I think I can. Oh shit.
All right.
Perfect. Oh, look at that professional podcaster right there. You fucking muted the mic. Yeah, if you wanna put it under, you can move it anyway. Yeah, any way you want. You think it'll work. Down is other way. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, maybe because you know it's one of those things where you can't really like. It's easier if you just feel your way through than explaining it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah, for sure.
There's like a metal lip here that doesn't want to connect to.
Oh, okay. Hopefully that works, man. Damn, it's 1:50 already. Holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
It's late.
It was almost
Yeah. Sorry about it being crazy late. Honestly, I was really trying to get this. Like, I was trying to set everything up, but the issue is that like I can't really have all this stuff out here.
No, dude, you're good.
Like, I legit have to like tear this shit down by like Monday. Like, all this stuff. Yeah, all this stuff. And then every time I do a podcast, bring it right back up. Yeah, it's gonna suck, but like, I want to do what I want to do, I guess.
I already canceled the morning plans I had tomorrow, so I can sleep in. I'm not worried about time.
Oh, you sure?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, man. So that's actually a really curious thing that I wanted to talk to you about, because I think that's really interesting that you do, like, from the way you talk about stuff. Like, I feel like you're very religious. If that makes sense, or spiritual. It's broke again.
I think I just did. It's not gonna go on the spot.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, let me just put it right here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because look, mine's doing it in the same spot.
Yeah, it's a little wider over there.
Let me, holy shit. Yeah.
Oh, this would be terrible with my phone right now.
This is terrible, yeah. But hey, listen, I'll mute it. I have to edit this shit anyways, so yeah. Because I have to splice the sound that's coming out of that phone.
Yeah.
And then splice it with this audio from here.
Right. Are you using the sound from that phone?
No, I'm just gonna mute it, pretty much. Yeah, I felt like it was a better way to go, because I kept trying to figure out other ways to do it.
If anything, use the sound from the phone as like what to mute.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know either. This is my first time editing anything, so we're gonna see how the fuck this shit goes. Hopefully that thing. Tighten it as much as you need to. I don't give a fuck about it. You can take it off the cloth if it's.
No, I just needed to get it positioned. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. Yeah, damn. See, fucking. See, but this is what always happens. Like, this has happened multiple times in podcasts before. Like, I don't know why. There's something, and I think there's something like endearing about a podcast not being perfect. If that makes sense.
Amen.
Like, there's like a little bit of like fucking grittiness to it. If that makes sense.
All right, I think that's gonna hold.
Okay, cool. All right. I think there's a little bit of grittiness to it. I think that I really like that kind of thing. So you're the first one. You're the guest, so you get.
This is your first podcast?
So this is my 40th or 50th.
50th, okay.
Somewhere around there.
This is first one, new equipment.
With equipment and with a guest, yes.
Right on.
You good there?
All right.
I want to make sure that you're.
Can you mute it one more second?
Yeah.
It's starting to tilt. I think it's just the way I have
the mic,
the
maybe.
arm done.
Maybe try to put the table a little bit closer to you. And
I think you're
try to
right.
Distribute the weight a little bit.
Sorry, I know that's kind of.
No, you're
awkward
good.
For the video.
No, you're good.
Right,
No
how's
problem.
this sound right now for me? Do I sound fine?
You should sound fine, yeah.
Okay, cool.
There shouldn't be any issues.
Alright, I think we're good then.
Okay, so here you go.
Oh yeah, let's do
You're
it.
the first one. You don't have to finish it, that's pretty packed, pretty tight.
Hell yeah.
But yeah.
Alright, wait. It's been a minute since I hit a bong, so I light it,
Light it, hit it.
pull it out, right?
Whenever you feel like you
When
have
I'm done
enough.
charging it?
Yeah.
Alright.
When you feel like you're pretty much almost done inhaling.
Okay.
Yeah. You need me to light it? It's a little bit weird sometimes doing it in the beginning. Is it not working? I got you. Yeah. I got you. It might be packed too tightly, man.
That is good.
Did you feel anything? Did it go in there? Oh yeah, I see a little bit.
Yeah, I you like put me one more time?
Yeah, I got you. Oh shit, yeah, you got it this time. Oh shit. Yeah. That fucking, oh my god.
Works, yeah.
That one works. Yeah, I see that.
You know what, for you got it.
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah, that went through. That text went through. Oh my god, bro. I gotta stop fidgeting with this thing.
Here, hold on. I got an idea. Take out the pole and put it in this one.
Oh, smart.
I have a spare.
I think that'll work.
Not by plan. Oh, you just pull it out. Yeah. See if it'll fit in there.
Yeah, it's got a little.
Oh, fuck. Alright, go ahead. No, you just put it in there. Did that work for you? You don't have to screw anything in there. That one doesn't have a screw.
It does, actually.
Oh, it does? Oh, shit. Then I must have lost that.
Here we go. Alright.
However way you want to position it so you're comfortable. Yeah.
I mean, do you need access to that stuff?
No, I'm good. I'll move it over here sometime.
Okay. Yeah, I am good to go.
Okay. Again, sorry.
Right.
The third time. Yeah, time is good. I couldn't finish my shit. You want to finish it off?
I gotta remember to speak up too. I'm progressively talking quieter.
It happens. It happens, man. That happens to me a lot. I don't know. Don't do this at home, kids. Why are you even watching this?
Yo, and you're like kid viewers?
No, not at all. I'm definitely restricting this one. I'm definitely restricting this one.
Is that like a thing you can do?
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a thing you can do.
Where are you planning on posting this?
So the audio, I don't know. Somebody gave me a good idea to just post it on like Spotify and stuff. You know,
because
it's just
put it on Spotify, right?
you can put. I think you can put it in there for free.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you can.
Oh yeah.
Through Anchor, I think you have to do it through Anchor or something.
Yeah, you definitely know more about that than I would.
I kind of was learning about it a little bit, but I have bad memory right now.
No worries. I wonder why that's.
No idea, man. I was good in the beginning of the podcast. I don't know what happened.
That's crazy. Something must have happened between the beginning of the podcast and now.
Yeah, exactly.
We'll figure it out later.
Yeah, okay. But it's actually what I was interested in.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So what made you kind of like start smoking? Because you, from what I've talked to you about, you seem to be like really into like religion and spirituality and stuff.
Yeah.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah. No, I'm down for that. Yeah, I'm a Christian, so like. This is kind of a hot topic. I am probably in the minority of Christians that would say that like smoking is like fine, but I also think that there's probably a bigger portion that really don't care. I guess let me rephrase that. I'm probably in the minority that actually smoke. I think a lot don't care. I think the main thing is that it's like illegal. So I think that, there's things in the Bible about following the laws of the land. So like highly questionable. Yeah, it's also legal in a lot of places. So like, I kind of feel like if I was, a couple thousand miles away in Colorado, I'd be fine. Yeah. But we all live in the same country. I think it's kind of silly. It's
very silly, man. It's very silly, and I agree with you.
I really think it's only a matter of time before it's legal in Texas anyway. So,
it's technically already legal.
I'm jumping the gun a little bit. Probably shouldn't do that.
Hey, man.
It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But beyond that, I don't really think that like that and my religion have too much in common. Okay. I think that's fair. I didn't start smoking because I was like feeling distant from God or anything like that. I really started smoking because I was like hanging out with friends and it seemed fun, and drinking was really hurting my stomach a lot of the time. Where I was like,
fuck you up, yeah.
Well, like I used to be able to drink like no problem. Okay, I probably shouldn't say this, but I used to like have no problem drinking, but then it got to the point where I was like, I would do one shot and my stomach just felt terrible. So I was like, okay, I need to take a break for a little while. So I was like, I'll try smoking. I just did it with some friends, and honestly, I kind of enjoy it more than drinking.
Big time.
I like the feeling of being drunk, but I don't like being hungover, and I don't like really like, especially drinking beers to get drunk. Feels like so tedious to me. So I have the same issue as me, huh?
All right. You continue. You can.
Let's pause it for both of us.
Let's pause it.
Cut it here.
Yeah. Let's mute it.
Just turn the table.
Okay. Let's stop the recording.
I'm gonna pull out of this slot.
So I'm gonna stop the camera because this is perfect. Because at 30 minutes, I think the camera cuts off.
Okay. So, alright. I'll put it in there. I'm gonna grab this one out.
Okay. That was what I was worried about too.
Yeah.
That it would start doing this.
By the way, to be clear, I'm not trying to like deflect your question. If you want to talk more about religion,
no. I'm down to. I thought I stopped this.
I'm definitely into talking about religion. I just like specifically to that question. I don't feel like we really like.
No, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Signing yourself up for some editing help.
For some editing.
I know it's gonna be real fun for you.
This is gonna suck, man. But but I agree that I'm just gonna double check again. 'Cause I'm high. I'm like now.
Make sure you're talking loud enough and all that.
Yeah, I'm just super paranoid. And the music stopped.
You should. Looks like your plug button. I guess it sticks out.
Yeah, it sticks out a little bit. Perfect. So, So yeah, like we were talking about earlier, I do agree that we I don't think they really have to do much with each other, but I think for people that are outside of it, they think it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Because before I became agnostic, I was Pentecostal Baptist. That's what I was. And I was like, I mean, going to church like fucking 5 days a week and shit, like almost every day.
Really?
Like hardcore, man. Like hardcore fucking Jesus.
Man, I grew up in church all my life. I've never had to do 5 days. That sucks.
Bro, hardcore, man. Because, see, what happened to me was that I was just partying too hard and like at that age, which was like fucking freshman year in 8th grade.
Parents decided it would fix you.
And no, my parents were actually so my dad wasn't there, but my mom was working like night shifts, so I was by myself. So I made the personal decision to fucking like try it out. I made the personal decision to try it out.
Yeah.
Like just I was like, you know what? Like let's see how it goes, man. Like I've never actually tried to like be religious, like follow like the word and stuff. And so I tried it out, and yeah, I stopped drinking, man. I went to church like almost 5 days a week, like stopped listening to all kinds of music other than like pretty much Christian music,
right?
You know, like no movies, nothing. Like went the whole way, dude, the whole way. And just somewhere along the way, I just realized like I'm still not happy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like I was still feeling like I was still going through everything. I was feeling like I guess how you would say like as if God was there and everything, right?
Right.
But I wasn't happy, and so I just decided, well, let me see what other ways there are. So I kind of like, it wasn't more of like, it didn't make me happy, so now I don't believe in it. It was just like, well, let me try other things and see how those things are, you know?
Yeah, if you don't see the benefits in your life. Yeah, and I mean, you said it was a Baptist church, right?
Yeah.
I don't have anything against Baptists, but like, there's a lot of different.
Hey, I trust me, you can say whatever you want.
I mean, there's. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff in the Bible. It's like, different people are going to believe different ways, and like, you should respect everybody. So like, I'm not trying to like hate on people, but I went to like a non-denominational church, and like, I kind of the difference is like, a lot of churches base their like connection on God a lot more with like tradition and like doing things kind of a certain way, and like that's like the religious way to do it, you know?
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense, but like I'm trying to think of a good example. Like churches where they say the same prayer for like every meal or something like that. Like, I don't think that's wrong or anything like that, but for them, like that's kind of how they like a lot of how they trace their connection with God.
I think that way of doing it that way, like you're saying right now, is very.
Or I thought it was better. Like Catholics doing like Hail Marys, like with their bracelets, stuff like that, where it's like, I see where they're going from, but like for me, just doing a repetitive act like that over and over, I don't really feel like a special connection to God through that.
Yeah.
So like, I think my church was more focused on like spiritual connection and like power of prayer and stuff like that. So, not that those other churches don't believe in that necessarily, but it's just kind of different ways of seeing it. So I totally get what you're saying about like looking at the way other people are doing it.
Yeah, man.
And I think there's a lot of other religions that do things an interesting way that I think. I think the Christian church could take a look at, and I don't know. There's definitely a lot of relevance issues with the church right now.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of places that it's not really like living up to the word. And that's disappointing that's especially disappointing for Christians to see, because from our point of view, we're like, I have this relationship with God that I want to share with other people, and you're like corrupting that from the get-go, because I can't even talk to people about that because they've had such a negative experience with you with something that I would argue isn't even a genuine relationship. So, you know, it's sad to see from that, but it's also so understandable, too. You're like, yeah, I get it. Not like I get it like that, but, like, I think, people, like, even with, like, people within the church, like, who stay in the church, there's still people who, like, do things that upset you, or, like, you know, you don't think that's the godly way to do something. And
this would be my the way you're explaining it, this would be my version of the explanation. So, I think that even if you're going back to the traditions thing, is that even if there's like traditions and stuff, that doesn't mean you're a good person. Like,
right,
that's a different thing. Like, and most people think that even like the thing with the Hail Marys is like, well, why are you doing the Hail Marys? Like, that's always been the question for me. Like, that I could never really get answered, because people would like, I would see it and people would be really sad about like, maybe something they're doing in the present moment, and so they would ask for forgiveness because they did some crazy shit on Wednesday,
right,
but the next week they come up and do the same shit. It's like, at that point,
there's
it's
no real
like
change.
Yeah, there's no real change. Like, you're just doing this so you feel better about yourself, but there's no actual like following of the word, if that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think people approach it like they want God to do stuff for them, and like I would say that He will do a lot for you, but it's also like a two-way street. Like, you got to come towards Him.
Yeah.
And if you're not like genuine in your intentions about that, and actually like not like with you, but like with like what you're saying with people who are like, you know, doing one thing on Wednesday and then doing it again on Friday, like
yeah.
You know, even when they're like asking for forgiveness, it's more like forgiveness because they're caught, not like forgiveness because they actually regret doing it. You know?
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
I think there should be two different words for sorry, like actual sorry and like the sorry because I have to.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's literally like that.
Yeah.
It's like when you get caught and your mom makes you apologize to your sibling or something.
Yeah.
It's like, sorry I hit you, but
yeah.
do it again.
Yeah. I'm doing it right after this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing it right after this.
Yeah, man. Fuck, I definitely forgot what the fuck we were talking about, man.
I think we're just talking about religion in general.
Yeah, just religion in general. Yeah. So yeah, man. So right now I'm actually like, the way I'm envisioning it. Let me move this up here again. So, I'm just setting it up so we can hash
Oh
it.
yeah. Good call.
Ooh, damn, I was loud. Sorry.
Shit about your neighbors.
Dude, I've seen so much shit.
Guest star.
Dude, I've seen so much shit. So one time, I was sitting here. Of course, I didn't have the light on and everything. I'm more incognito when I'm by myself and stuff. So I was just like looking at my phone and stuff, and it's still something in there.
Well, no, I was just pushing it back just to be safe.
Smart. Yeah. So I'm more low key when I'm by myself and I'm not podcasting or nothing, you know.
Sure.
So this car pulls up real fast, man. It backs up into the driveway in the front, because I'm pretty much looking at the front, like in front of the office and everything.
Right,
so,
I saw that when I pulled up.
Like, yeah, exactly. So I'm sitting there and this girl comes out and I'm thinking that like she's looking around a lot, and I'm like thinking like maybe she's looking for her dog or something. And so she's looking around a lot, and then she runs to her car, she runs back out, and she's holding something, and then she starts taking like her shorts off.
What?
And I'm like, what? Like I'm still not really processing what's going on, some stone shit.
Sure, that's a very odd thing to see.
Yeah, like I'm trying to be as quiet as possible, because now I'm like, I feel guilty for being there. You know, like I shouldn't be here. Like I shouldn't be here.
Get off your balcony, you pervert.
Yeah, I feel like a pervert or something. I'm like, oh, bro, I'm just sitting here. Like, I don't know. I guess you're getting your head when you're high.
I pay good rent here.
Yeah, I paid a lot of rent here, and I want to be able to enjoy this. But yeah, so and then she takes her underwear off and starts peeing on the street.
No, you're kidding.
Right in the parking lot, right there, man. Right there.
Was she like homeless?
No, it was just some girl that was partying. She couldn't make it to the house. I had to make a call, I guess. 3 in the morning. This shit happened.
Why the street? Why like so public?
I mean, she tried to hide between like a car that was already parked there and her car. She kind of angled it.
Oh, okay.
And so, but this tail of the street, I don't know why I guess she kept the car on so she could leave fast. But the light was on, so I could see everything. Everything was in full view. Everything was in full view, and she's just going
That's
like, bro,
unfortunate.
it's a fucking. Like,
That's unfortunate.
Like I can hear it from here. That's how hard she's going.
Oh god.
Yeah, it's pretty hardcore. And I'm just frozen, bro. She's going at it for like at least 2 minutes straight, just non. And I'm just sitting here, bro. Like I'm like, what the fuck do I do? Like I'm just like, I can't stop watching it at this point. Like this is like
It's like a train wreck.
This is a train wreck. Yeah,
yeah, I can't look away.
yeah.
That's fucking funny, dude.
Hell yeah. So I'm over here like, I'm just trying to be as quiet as possible. And so she finishes, she wipes with something, and as she's putting up, she turns around and we make eye contact.
No.
Straight eye contact. She sees me.
No.
I see her. She sees me. Her face is like, just like, oh my god. Like her face just drops. She just fucking books it in the car. Takes off. I was like, what the fuck? Yo, this is crazy.
She doesn't live here. That'd be terrible.
I don't think so.
Maybe it's too crazy party.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know. That was crazy though.
Yeah.
But I forgot what we were talking about.
I was gonna try to tell some story. I don't even remember now because it's not gonna top that.
Hey man, I like stories. I like stories either way.
No, I just say I don't even remember it now.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah,
gone.
that's gonna happen a lot.
Oh man.
Yeah, I still haven't figured out what I want to call this. A friend of mine said I should call it Real Talk, but that seems like a good one, but I don't know.
It might be out there already.
That seems like one that would be out there already.
It might not be though. Just keep looking.
Yeah, probably.
If it's not, snap it up.
Yeah. Get the LLC and everything.
Alright. I don't know if you hated on this. Let's see what they say. I don't know a lot about anime.
Okay.
Tell me about- Obviously, I know Gravity. Tell me about this one first.
Alright. So this is My Hero Academia.
I've heard the name.
Mm-hmm. So this kid right here is the main character, right? This is like his rival. You know how like most shows that have like a best friend type of rival type of
Nemesis
deal?
kind of thing?
Yeah. But they're like still friends and stuff.
Okay.
So that's how they're working out.
Are they like, so they're on the same team?
They're all heroes.
Okay.
So
okay.
My Hero Academia is like an actual like they're in a school for actual heroes.
Okay.
So they're learning to become one.
Roger.
So that's the way it works in their society, right?
Alright.
So yeah, so all these kids are like pretty much trying to get the license and everything they can, so they can actually start getting paid to be a hero.
Okay.
Yeah. So this kid's got issues. This one's got engine on his legs, and
He's got what on his legs?
he's got engines on his calf muscles. Yeah, they're not really like actual
Like jet engines or?
Like, so you see the whole pipe coming out of him right
Yeah.
now? So they're kind of like some pipes coming out of his calf muscle, and so there's an engine in his calf muscle.
Does that let him do it?
It lets him run really fast.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
It gives him like super speed.
That's pretty cool.
This dude, on his burnt side, he has fire, and on his other side, he has ice.
Oh, okay.
So
I like that a lot.
Each hand controls a different element. Yeah. But he can only shoot it out. He can't really like manipulate it.
I'm sorry, what was hers? I didn't catch that.
So her power, she has, if she touches you with all her fingertips, you're in zero gravity. Like gravity doesn't affect you.
Okay.
So yeah, so she can like pretty much like move a house. With, like,
Just like she has to touch it the whole time though?
Yeah. No. Once it's unless she touches her fingertips back together, like herself.
You're zero gravity.
You're in zero gravity. So she
Damn.
can just let your ass just fuck on like.
She touched me like that?
Nah.
Okay, I was
if she
gonna
was
say.
a villain, she'd be hardcore.
Alright.
Yeah. And this kid.
I've seen a little bit of Hunter x Hunter. The licensing thing sounds at least somewhat similar. I didn't watch very much. I watched
They're both green-haired characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. The white-haired side character. Yeah. That one's Itachi. That one's from Naruto.
Okay, I've definitely heard about Naruto.
Yeah.
I'm sure not, but
Yeah, no, you're good. And then of course Grogu from The Mandalorian.
have to.
You like watching that show?
Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dude,
Love
that's
the
my
Mandalorian.
fucking
I'm a huge
show,
Star
man.
Wars nerd,
I
dude.
can't wait for the next season, man. I'm so fucking hyped.
I love the new ship too, the Y-wing.
That shit, yeah.
Oh, it's so
that shit's
cool,
so
dude.
fast,
Oh,
dude. I'm
dude.
so excited.
You know
man.
what I'm hyped for is the Lego set for the Y-wing, bro. I'm
Oh,
buying that
for
immediately.
real?
Yes, dude.
Hey, that's fucking
Yes,
cool.
absolutely. I haven't had Legos in too long, and I was like, I know they're gonna make a set for that. They have to.
I'm gonna be swapping them out.
Or you should get like a hot rod style poster of the new ship, you know?
Oh yeah, for real. That would be cool. I gotta go look for more posters. This is the best I had at Walmart. It's I don't think it's a whole space.
What are you saying? It's unorganized. That's organized, bro.
Listen, I can really like fucking.
This looks like a set to me.
I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah. I hope so. That's the I'm going for that. Yeah. I actually wanted to get some stands to actually put the blankets over.
Oh yeah.
To actually reduce the noise from outside.
That might help.
Yeah.
You could just get like a curtain rod, honestly, just hanging up like right here.
I was thinking of that. Then I gotta get rid of all this shit because they're slowly coming back, and I gotta get the fuck out of here because I can't get stuck on once and shit.
I miss having a balcony. I have one right now, but it's like honestly, like this wide. It's not big.
Wow.
Because I'm like in West Campus, and like the building we're in is like it's like a big rectangle, but the inside is hollow. And then there's like two sides of apartments on either side. So you're either on the inside facing the pool, it's in the middle.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Or you're on the outside. Yeah, but like the balconies on the inside are very small. So like my roommate has his bike out there. That's basically all it fits.
Oh, damn.
Also the stop sign that we have, because like, so some drunk driver like hit a street sign and like took out the entire sign. So they went to replace it, but it was like right next to our apartment complex, and they just threw the old sign in the dumpster behind our apartment complex. So my roommate took the whole thing, and we haven't figured out how to get it off the post. So we have the stop sign on the post and the street sign for like, it's like, I shouldn't say this is the streets. Well, yeah, we have all the streets, so that's cool.
Fucking hilarious, dude. That's cool. I never did shit like that, to be honest. That sounds like some fun things to do, though.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there for that part. We also, hopefully my apartment complex doesn't find this. We also accidentally stole 4 chairs from the apartment complex.
Yeah, man.
Because they left them sitting like in the alley behind our apartment complex, and they looked like trash.
Oh.
So we just took them. But like after like a month, we kind of figured like, hey, these are kind of nice chairs. Like I don't think these were trash.
Yeah.
So oops.
Hey. Call the lady the next day.
Sorry, Beth.
Sorry, Beth. Sorry, Beth.
My bad.
I don't even know like people in the front office's name. I have no idea.
I definitely don't want to live there next year, so it's okay.
Yeah, man. To be honest, like.
Plus, for legal reasons, that was a joke.
This is
I just heard about the chairs going missing.
It's hearsay.
Missing.
Hearsay.
Your Honor.
Hearsay, Your Honor. Yeah.
I'll sue you for defamation.
Dude, wouldn't it be crazy if both our jobs found this shit like tomorrow?
I don't think I can talk my way out of that. I don't know if I can talk my way out of that. Might be it.
That'd be rough, but good thing nobody watches this. This will get, like, literally this.
Watch it blow up and we get fired.
Oh my god. I guess now we have to have this. This is our job now. Like, this is how we're gonna get paid.
Like, we should just say where we work right now.
I have before. When I was at Five Guys, I didn't give a fuck.
Yeah, I didn't
give a fuck.
Fuck Five Guys. I'm pretty sure I'm non-rehirable because I did not do 2 weeks before I left, bro.
I didn't do that shit either.
So you had me way too stressed out by that.
No, actually, I think I did do 2 weeks.
Well, I told you what happened with him.
I did 1 week.
I told you what happened with him before I left, right?
No, you never told me. I want to know.
Bro, so like, this guy, like, I literally started working there when I was like 16.
Damn.
So like, I'd worked there for like 3.5 years by the time I left.
Yeah.
Not all consecutively. I left for about 6 months, but 8 months, whatever. Yeah, like, dude, when I put in my 2 weeks because I was going back to school, like, he like literally stopped talking to me. Like, literally, like, that day. Because he, like, left to go home, and then the next day we opened together, and he wouldn't talk to me for the entire open. And it stressed me out so bad. I was like, I can't do 2 weeks of this. So I ended up just quitting the next day.
Yeah, man. It was just, honestly, like, yeah. I feel like your jobs were fucking garbage.
They suck, dude.
That matters.
I was working, like, 60, 70 hours a week. I was making overtime pay, but like, Dude, they started hiring new employees at like basically what they were paying me, and they wouldn't give me a raise. And I was working that many hours, and like there was like 3 managers in the store, and I had the best numbers of anyone on like shopper scores and like everything, bro. I was like killing it. Whereas like I liked all the other managers. It wasn't like a competition, but I was like, they're making significantly more than me, and you're hiring fresh employees who suck, who I'm having to cover their shifts because they don't even show up, and I'm making like $1 more than them, bro.
That was so annoying that people would not show up or they didn't do what the fuck they had to do. I hated that so much, man.
I literally made more starting. I made $2 more as a starting employee at Sam's Club than what I was making as a shift manager. And they were like jerking me around over a 50-cent raise, and I was like, "Yeah, fuck this job, bro. Absolutely not. Absolutely not."
Dude, this job I have now, I started it with $17, $17.50.
Nice, dude.
They just did a thing where they were like, "Well, we just checked, and like the living wage for technically for Austin is like $18.75, so we're gonna give you all a raise."
Hell yeah, dude.
Now I'm at $18.75, and I get like a 25-cent raise every 6 months.
That's what's up.
Like, that's what you should do. You know what I'm saying? That's if every employer had that, there'd be no fucking like shortage at all for employees. Everybody would flock over to do that kind of shit.
Yeah, dude. I started at 19 and I had like a 2-month internship, and then it became a salary job. But like, I really hope we don't get fired because I'm very happy at my new job. I hate Five Guys, dude. It's like,
no, there's no way,
dude. In comparison, like especially having a much better job, I'm like, wow, fuck Five Guys, dude. That sucks,
dude. It's crazy because when you're young, you don't think about that shit.
Nah, dude, you're like everywhere's probably this bad. You know, like you're like, oh, this is just every job. Also, like everyone's like, oh, it's your first job. Like you don't even know what a hard job is. But now I have like an adult job, and I'm like, this is 10 times easier, dude. It's like, what the fuck?
I'm called like some fancy name, a field ops technician, dude. I don't really like the job is easy, and like I know what I'm doing, so it's easy. But like, I'm not really doing much. Like I'm getting paid so much more for what I've done in the past. Hopefully, oh shit, I think I was okay, yeah. Hopefully, yeah, I've been paid a lot less for some bullshit, man.
Yes, dude.
You want to hear some crazy shit? Because I love when people say, like, oh, like, you've never worked a hard job. When I worked, like, at the insurance company, because I had no fucking idea, man. My first job was a welder. I was making 18-wheelers, the logging trailers.
Damn,
I would actually fucking weld, like, the actual thing that, like, holds the logs and shit. I was the one that was welding everything. Dude. And then I moved over, started welding that neck part. It doesn't, like, we have to make it from scratch. So you have to get a thick ass bar of metal, heat it up, and just fucking bend that bitch. Just bending it like physically, getting a bunch of like hydraulics to help you and shit. Yeah. It's a lot of work to get that curve.
Yeah, so that sounds awful.
I did all that shit, man. And
that sounds like the kind of shit a machine should do.
Yeah, and like, but those companies, they're old school. They feel like since it's done by hand, it's better.
They're just like, cheaper, bro.
Yeah, they don't want to upgrade. That's really what it is. They had really old fucking machines.
But I think you're right, though. There are some old heads like that.
Yeah. And it's super, like, conservative over there. So that's definitely the mentality. Yeah. And then, so you do that, right? And then you tack it. Tacking is, I'm pretty sure you know, but just so that if people don't know what tacking means, is that when you weld, like an entire line, right?
Okay,
thick line, about this thick. And it penetrates both metals and fuses it together, right? Mm-hmm. When you tack it, you just put a little bit of that material, so that it just kind of holds it there. It's not gonna hold it forever, but it's just gonna hold. It's like a placeholder,
okay?
You know, so you don't have to hold it there, pretty much. All right. So you tack it together, and then you start welding a bunch of stuff, and so now you have the full thing, and then now you have to put 2 of them side by side, and then put beams across it, and then tack all of those beams together.
Right.
So now you have 2 of them, and then the outer frame, and then you get sent to another spot, and then I worked all this shit. All these things, I asked to be trained in them, so I knew how to do every single thing in this company, and this specific thing. And then you would
industrious.
Yeah, industrious, man. That was my issue. That was actually, I worked too hard. That's actually my issue. Is that I do too much in the beginning, and then there's like a lot expected. Like,
right, you set the bar.
Yeah, I set the bar too high in the beginning, and I didn't learn that until like I was a lot older. Should be good there.
I was just sitting up.
No, you're good. You're good. But yeah, and so then like the finishing part where everything is welded together. So I did that. So I would be in the front, and so the front part where the 18-wheeler and the truck actually connect. There's a big ass weld that's about this long, which is a long weld. Usually, most welds are like maybe this big. You know, if you're welding certain metals together, and then turn it. This one was this long and it was super thick, so your glove and everything would get super hot. So as you're going, you're like slowly burning.
Oh my god!
So
dude.
like you had to pretty much kind of like learn how to be at a very awkward position and be able to like weld all that.
Yeah.
I had to go to a chiropractor because the position that I would be at, my shoulder like was kind of got misaligned and shit.
Right.
Yeah, because just being in this exact position, like for
dude,
like,
that sucks.
Yeah. And so I did that first. Nah, I kept going. I kept working. I worked there for like I worked there. It wasn't even that long, for almost a year.
Did you go to school for that, or did they train you there?
I went to school in high school for that. Actually, I went to, instead of having like sports or anything, that was like an elective you could do. It was welding. So I learned how to weld from I learned everything from stick to the gun, which is called MIG. Didn't really learn to TIG, which is a different form of welding.
Okay.
I think that was like the most difficult I've ever never done it before. Yeah, man, we would put the axles in the back and everything, like the wheels and everything. We'd bolt them bitches together, fucking weld that shit, and we'd be up on a suspended off the air. Like we'd be like this high up off the air on top of the whole beams.
Wow.
Like, cause you have to weld it from the bottom, but like it's a lot harder to be under it than to just put it in a machine that just flips it sideways.
Sure.
Like that. So it flips it. So we climb the machine, get up on that motherfucker, put the fucking axles on that bitch, weld that motherfucker together, weld a bunch of shit in the front that has to be welded. Yeah. And so you're just holding on to shit, just fucking welding and doing crazy shit, dude. Yeah, I did a bunch of crazy shit like that. And so we did that, and then we'll send it out.
How safe was that?
Not safe at all. Not safe at all.
Okay.
Not safe at all.
That's
man.
what I like to hear.
You had to have some balls to do that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If you cared about your safety, you weren't gonna last there.
How much were you making there?
Fuck. That was my first job, and it was a welding job. So it sounds good in the beginning, but it's not really. It was like $12.50. So it sounded good for your first job, but like in reality, that job should have been paying like 17.
Right. 18. I think welders usually make more than that.
Way more than that. Yeah.
So what did you leave that job?
Wasn't enough pay, and I had, like I said, I had that issue. It got to the point where, so the trailer has four corners, of course. So one welder handles like a quarter of the welding that has to be done.
Sure.
In that, I was handling both sides. So I was handling the work of two people, and welding half of the thing, because they were too cheap to get another employee to like pretty much help make a full squad.
Dude.
Yeah, and I stayed there for like at least 2 months, and I was
and
like,
they couldn't even pay you a little bit more. Like,
they couldn't. There's nothing they could do.
But it wasn't in the budget.
I did fuck them over though, because I left like it was like I didn't even say shit. I literally lunchtime. I just clocked out, never came back. Clock out, never came back.
That's what they get,
shit.
bro.
That's what they get. Yeah, they were really fucking me over.
If you treat people like that and pay them like that, like, why do you expect them to treat you with respect?
Exactly, bro. Exactly.
Because you're not required to do that. It's a respect thing.
Exactly. So fuck them.
Yeah. Plus, it's not like jobs today like call your old job. I mean, like, if you're applying for like a salary position and like, honestly, not even then, bro. Very rarely will a job actually call your old employer and be like, hey, because even legally, like, there's very limited questions they can ask. They can pretty much only ask like, how long do they work there and are they rehireable? That's like all they're allowed to ask.
Yeah, man. I think so. Like, I don't think they ever call. To be honest, I've gotten one call in like the hundreds of times that friends have like put me on the reference list and stuff.
Yeah,
I've gotten like one time.
Well, even that's different than calling your old employer.
Yeah,
because like a reference, they can call and ask questions, but your old employer, they're like legally limited.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah.
So not to harp on that.
No, you're good. You can take as many hits as you want, dude. I'm pretty fucking stoned right now, actually. Like, I'm pretty up there.
You sure?
You can keep hitting it. No, I'm still gonna hit it, but like
Well, hit it.
I feel like I've been holding it too much because I've been talking and
I feel like I've been holding it too much. Bro.
No, you're good. You're actually you're good. I don't know, to be honest.
Here.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That's not the worst job I've ever had, though.
What's the worst job?
Oh fuck, dude! I'm still hate this fucking place. So this place was called, I can't say it. I can't say the company, but
say something that rhymes with the company's name.
Ribco.
Ribco.
Yeah, and it starts with an N.
I don't even know what that is.
You can't say it out loud. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's a company that makes like industrial water.
Oh, okay.
Pipes,
okay, so not something I would know.
Yeah. It's like super. It's like one of those like things where it's like the element to something bigger.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
This is like manufacturing.
Yeah, and we did it from scratch. So we would actually melt the metal, put it in actual like sand. You know how you see on the
like a mold.
On like like a mold. Yeah.
Right.
On this mold, and then it would come out, get taken out, and then somebody would be standing in front of this circular tube that would just blast in the hot metal air. You know, because it just cooled off. Yeah. Right. So he's having to stand there for like 7-8 hours, like grabbing these thick ass gloves, these thick gloves, and just grabbing metal and just throwing it in tubs.
Oh,
yeah, just boom. Right, I did that for a little bit.
That sounds lovely.
No, yeah, it was awesome.
How much you get paid for that one?
Oh, I haven't gotten to the worst part yet.
Okay,
so
all right.
Let me get to that first.
Right. Yeah, my bad. Let's not jump the shark.
So, but my first job was that first time I got there, they asked me to refill one of the tubs that held like the actual metal, like the liquid metal that was already heated up and melted metal. I don't know why I always struggle to like molten metal. Yeah, thank you. And but one of them, the crane couldn't reach it because it got messed up or something by another employee in the past, I guess.
Okay.
So you had to do it by hand.
That sounds safe.
And that was so. So all right, so you had to open this hatch right on the side of this big ass gigantic thing. Open the hatch, boom. You see like the bright yellow coming out. Heat just fucking hits you so hard, man. I just remember heat just hitting you, and you had to grab these bricks that at least 25-pound bricks. They had to be at least 25 pounds. Hold on, let me give me a sec.
Sure.
I have to do this every 30 minutes.
Oh right.
I have no idea what I have to do this every time. It sucks.
I'm not worried about it. You're good.
This is gonna be a lot of editing.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a lot of fucking editing.
Do you need like a verbal cue to start?
No, fucking.
Cut now.
Yeah, cut now. Yeah, it's like a third one. I'm confused, thinking it's like over there.
No, I'm hoping that makes it into the final count. So
yeah,
final count. So it'd just be me going, ready.
I'm just gonna mute you. So
am I on now?
That would be funny. Fuck, I forgot what I was talking about.
The job, they told you to refill the molten metal thing.
Yeah, so it was like a 25-pound brick, man. You would throw it in there.
You may want to bring your mic in a little bit.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was this thick ass brick, but you would have to throw it in there and like jump back because sometimes you'd get splashed back, and so spark like actual melted metal would jump back
Holy
at
shit,
you.
Dude.
Yeah, you had to have long sleeves and shit because
this does not sound safe at all.
I had burn marks and shit. Yeah, like,
I believe it.
I had stitch marks and shit, and so I did it. I had to figure out a better way to do it, and so what I would do is
you had to figure out a better way to do it on your first day
because everybody had always done it that way, and that was the issue with a lot of those jobs back over there in my hometown is that it's always been done this way, and it's never been
questioned.
It's never been questioned.
God, that's so sad.
Yeah,
how many people just do shit like that's so sad.
Yeah. So it was never questioned. So like, it's just how you did the shit. So I figured out. Which was my method wasn't as safe, but it was safer whenever I was throwing the bricks in. But if there was an accident, it was gonna bust my ass. But reality, I was holding my left hand would be holding the rail because there was stairs right next to it. So on top of it, you having to jump back. You had to jump back, and there were stairs right there. So if you tripped, you would just fucking fall on the stairs. Like you would.
Oh my god!
You would fall down the stairs because it was going up. You know.
Yeah.
You just land your butt like on the stairs. That would suck, right?
At least it's not down. I really thought you were talking about the death.
No way.
Fucking death trap these people have designed and put you on immediately.
No way.
No wonder there's a vacancy, bro.
Yeah,
They're fucking killing people.
No, so
the last guy fell in, so just don't do that.
Just don't do that, yeah.
That's not how it's always been done. So.
Yo. So the rail went up, right? So I held it, and so I was kind of hanging, and the hole was right here. So I'll grab a brick and just fucking sling that shit. I didn't give a fuck, dude. That was back in the day when I was a mad lad, man. I would just do crazy jobs. I needed to make money. Like,
did that splash back out?
It was splash back. Like, I didn't start doing that movement until like the second day, because the first day I tried to do it how they explained it, and there was just no way, man. Like, I would get hit with splashback and shit, and like that shit fucking sucks. So I was like, nah, I gotta figure out a better way.
God.
So
did they say anything about that when you were throwing them in?
Nah, they were just like, "Fuck it, if it works for you, it works for you." That's how that company was, man. They didn't
okay, Dex. It's always been done this way. Whatever. At least they weren't dicks to stop you, but like whatever, whatever. I don't know what I want from them.
But like, yeah, man. So I was just throwing the bitches, boom, boom, boom. I would throw like a whole case had like 50 bricks, so I would throw like two and a half cases in there. So it was 25 pounds each, just slinging them in that bitch. And then, so that was the first thing they had me do. And then they had me like cleaning up the parts, because the molds, I think this is just how it's gonna be. The molds always have like, they're not perfect, so there'll be a little bit of metal on the outside. So you would have to clean that, and so you would be on these grinders, these blades that would like pretty much spin in the direction that this is in, pretty much. And so you would have to get the piece and kind of move it around. But some pieces were really small, and even though you had like 2-layer gloves or something like that, and that were supposed to help you, but like one little move, bro, and you would like lose the tip of your finger or something. Yeah, I have a scar right here. This one right here. Dude. Yeah, that went down to the bone. That's actually 2 scars in one. The first one didn't go down to the bone.
My guy.
And then I still kept working that day.
You didn't go to the hospital?
No, dude. I'm a mad lad. I'm telling you, I was on a different shit.
But they legally were required to pay for you to go to the hospital, bro.
This is a different world, my guy.
They were still required. You could have sued them for a lot of money.
Oh, yeah. But like, that information just, like, it's just so, like, I don't want to say it's ignorant, but just that world is just so, like,
nah, I guess
it's a rough living.
Where was this?
This was in East Texas. It was in a small town, nothing but factories everywhere. Like, everywhere was being, these companies were being overrun by third parties that would have contracts with them. And so the employees, they got to choose lower rates than what the companies were originally having. So as this company would originally pay like $16 an hour for you to start, and that would raise you like every 6 months. Now, this is how much they were paying. It was paying $9 an hour, $9.50 an hour, and you had to wait 3 months until you got hired on, and then you would start making good money. But I started asking around, and I found out that people were temps for 9 months, and they would never get a raise, and they were doing all this crazy shit.
Oh my god, dude! Fuck those guys.
Hold on, I'll take it a step further. I was going to college. I would get off of that job at 4:30 in the afternoon. My class was in another town 30 minutes away. And it would be on at like 5:30. So I had to haul ass home, take a shower, and then haul ass up to a whole other town, stay there till 10 p.m., then haul ass back down, go to sleep, wake up, because my shift started at like fucking 5:23 or some shit like that. I was fucking going nuts back in the day, bro. And people say, and I always laugh when people tell me that like, oh, you've never had a hard job, bro.
Yeah.
I was doing that shit. I did it for a whole semester. Yeah. It would feel cooler to be in the car when it wasn't all in the summer, like throughout the whole day. You know, the car would be out in the sun. It was cooler in the car than it was in the building. Yeah.
Dude.
Crazy shit.
So like, I don't need to ask you why you don't work there anymore.
Yeah. No, fuck that place, man.
Where'd you work after that?
After that, I found so in between those 2 jobs, I found a job that I really liked. Shout out to Patterson Wood Products. I always shout them out. So they have a company over there, and really really good company, man. they start you at like 14, 12. When I started, they started you at 12, but now I think they start you at like 14 sometimes. Just depending on your experience. And but man, like the job wasn't that hard. You just had to like be willing to learn it, to actually do it the way that they did it. They had it so efficiently down that their way was the right way. Like it was correct, you know. So like they made wood pellets. So they would get sawdust, compress it through a machine, and get these little wood pellets. And so I would be the one that would actually like clamp it down. I still have the movement down. I can do it perfectly. All right, grab a bag, put that bitch in the thing, put the pedal down, clamps down, right, fills up the bag, 7 seconds.
Okay.
I hear a psst, that motherfucker's about to drop right now.
Okay.
So as I drop it, I fucking flick it like that, and it takes out all the air from the bag with that little flick.
Okay.
Run it into a machine, and the bags are plastic, so the heat just fuses it.
Wow.
Yeah, and then that's how it closes. And so I did that. I did that for 4 years. Like 2 years, I did that nonstop.
That's
Boom,
awesome.
Boom. Yeah. So I still have the movement down. Like if I went back, I could do it right now, dude. It's crazy how like now I'm like I'll forever have that in my memory bank. I guess. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And so the bag would go up a belt, and then you throw it on a pallet, and you would stack. It was 50 bags a pallet. And the weight total was 2,000 pounds. Each bag was 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did that too, and it was a way of doing it that would be super easy. Yeah. And I worked there for 4 years, and then I moved here. So that was the company that I left to move here, and it was hard, man. I was starting to get like complacent, like because it was just such an easy job, and I was my life was pretty relaxing over there. I would get off of work, go to the gym, work out for 2 hours, and then go smoke some weed, and then just relax for the rest of the day.
Yeah,
like that was I did that like mostly every day, and then on the weekends I would go hang out with friends. You know, like it was a good living. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I almost wanted to stay there, but I really decided like I want to give it a shot and do something else. You know? Yeah. So now I'm here. It feels so weird. Saying it feels so weird. Yeah. Going from those jobs to now I'm here. It's super weird. Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
It feels pretty good, man.
Do you like Austin?
Not in the beginning. Not in the beginning. I actually didn't. Because I lived in North Lamar. So if you know Austin, you know North Lamar is rough. Like you know it's rough. Like I was smack dab on Lamar and Rumberg right there.
I don't know exactly where that is, but yeah,
that's like the epicenter right there. That's the rough spot. That was like a murder in the next building over in that same apartment complex. Yes. Rough shit.
I'm actually looking at an apartment that a girl was murdered in.
Yeah. Oh, that's you right now?
Oh, it's cheaper. It's not like she's in there still or anything like that.
Hey, there you go. Yo.
Well, so we're looking at 88, but the rumor, and she was shot in 86, but the rumor is that they swapped the room numbers for 88 and 86 because nobody would move in. So we're pretty sure we're looking at the apartment that she was actually killed in. Damn. I don't know the context she was killed in. Probably just like something sad.
Yeah.
I'm not happy she's dead at all, but yeah.
No, man. And that's the thing about apartments is that you never know what happened in the past. Like, unless and sometimes they won't even tell you if that happened. Like, sometimes you just gotta ask.
We only know from like reviews online and stuff.
Right.
They're not gonna tell us. No,
yeah,
of course not.
Yeah.
No. Well, actually, there might be some legal disclosure that they have to tell you. I don't know.
Maybe.
I have no idea.
At the same time, if you don't know that law, then you know it's not gonna get enforced. You know, it's kind of
100%.
Yeah, man, that was a rough. That's rough.
Yeah,
I've lived in a haunted house before. That was rough. Yeah, it was scary as hell.
Really?
Scary as hell, man. Yeah.
You have any experiences there?
I had a really fucking creepy experience, man. I still remember, but I think it was just like maybe I was just tripping.
Tell me about it.
Oh, so this story. So I had 2 friends over. This was like a year in after living there. I think I lived there for like 2 years. So like this is like at the end of year 1, beginning of year 2. Had some friends over, 2 friends. They were both my friends, but they were brothers.
Mm.
Yeah, so they were really close to the same age. So we were all hanging out playing my PlayStation 2, and they went to sleep, and I was still playing because I've always been up late as fuck. That's why I'm always right now. Like, like up, like normal and shit.
Yeah.
That's always been me. So yeah, and I went to sleep, and I remember everything was off and everything, and I was moved the mattress to the living room.
Okay.
So we were all sleeping somewhere on the couch. I think they were on the couches. I was on the bed, and they got woken. Like I got woken up because I heard somebody crying, and I thought it was one of them. Then they were like crying in their sleep, and so I sat there. I actually laid there for like a minute or two trying to figure it out. Like, is it them? Is it my brother? Because my brother was laying next to me. Yeah, go for it. I have no problem. And so, like, I was confused, you know, but I didn't want to, like, I just didn't want to move. I feel like if I moved, like, it would make it worse. Like, I felt off. Like, something felt off. I didn't really register. And then I just remember hearing it, and it was coming from the foot of the bed, not from anybody else. So, the foot of the bed, my feet are pointing towards the dining room / kitchen. Okay. And everything's, like, super dark. There's no, like, actual lights on right now. But of course I can still see because it's like the moonlight and shit. And I think there was like a light post.
Okay, that's not spooky at all. Yeah,
super spooky, man. Super spooky. I look down and there's a little girl standing there in a white dress, and there's blood like from here like down, and the hair is down.
Oh shit!
Super fucking crazy, man. I just froze. Like that was the one time I've frozen ever in my life in a scary situation.
Yeah, that's terrifying, bro.
That's terrifying. I froze. I didn't know what to do. And she just looked up at me, started screaming at me, and my only instinct was just to cover myself.
Right? Yeah.
Like I didn't know what to do at that point. There was just no I just needed to be like. I just didn't want to see her.
Yeah, you don't want to be here anymore. I
covered myself like a little kid and shit. I was in like middle school.
Did she keep screaming?
She screamed for a few, like 30 more seconds, and it sounded like it was just like banging in my ears, like super loud, like she was right next to me type shit. Super insane, man. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And then I hear my mom get out of her room, and she's like, what the fuck happened? And I'm like, you didn't hear the girl? Like, you didn't hear the screaming? And for some reason, nobody else woke up.
But did she hear the scream?
She said she heard the screaming, and she thought it was me. But like I don't remember screaming, but maybe I was screaming with.
I mean, yeah, it's very likely.
Very likely that I was screaming. I just didn't fucking hear myself, you know.
That's terrifying.
So that's why I'm not sure if it was a nightmare or if it was like it happened. But like, shit would move. Like
I gotta see.
Yeah, bless you. Bless you.
Yes, sir. Sorry.
No, you good.
Good.
You're good. All right.
My bad.
No, you're good, dude. Yeah, shit would move on their own. Like, if you had like my little brother would have like a little toy car or something, and that shit would just like, on a flat surface, that shit would just roll somewhere to the end of the couch or something.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like super sketchy shit, dude. There was a few times I've seen a woman attack me, like a woman running at me, and then I cover myself, and then I look back and they're not there anymore. Dude, that happened to me one time. It was super scary.
Like during the day or what?
It was during the day. Yeah. So, I was just.
Did you see her very well? Oh, sorry. Tell your story.
No. You're good. So I was just annoying my mom, and she was like, "Go play outside or something." She threw my ass outside and locked the door. And so I was like, fuck it. I know I unlocked my window because I knew she was going to kick me out. So
and I'm sorry, is this in the same place?
This is in the same place.
Okay.
Same place. It was a one story. It was like a little mini house. Okay. Pretty much a 1-bedroom house.
Like a condo kind of?
2-bedroom kind of. Okay. Yeah. It was in its own property, its own yard. It was like a house.
Right.
Yeah. And so I was trying to climb in. As I was walking, as I was putting my head in, I saw a woman running at me with a knife. At first, I thought it was my mom scaring me. Right. But like, of course, I still jumped back and like fell on my ass and shit. And I was like, "What the fuck was that?" And then I went and I knocked on the front door, and she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Was that you? Like, was that you?" She was like, "I have no idea what you're talking." She was doing some other shit like in the other room. Oh my god, dude! I was like, "What the fuck?"
They did not want you there.
Crazy shit, yeah, dude. I had crazy experiences there.
Does your family still live there or no?
Nah.
Okay.
That was one of those places that we rented and then eventually we moved and stuff.
Right on,
Yeah.
That's good.
Fuck that place,
Good.
man.
Good.
Fuck that place.
Don't go back.
Yeah. But that, I mean, it kind of, you get used to it. That sounds weird. Like, those were like the major things, but like small day-to-day things, like shit with movie, you're just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, yeah, whatever. Like, it's the fucking ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes like some normal part of your day sometimes. Yeah. You ever live in a weird spot or anything like that, or have any like haunting experiences?
Not really. I think it would be cool though.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I feel like that or like aliens would be very cool.
Aliens would be fucking interesting. Aliens would be interesting, man. Yeah, I think yeah, there's aliens. Like, there's no way there isn't. I just don't.
I feel like there's like
even
microbial life kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Or like plants or something.
Well, I guess the way the question sounds in my head, it sounds like they're saying like in the entire universe there's nothing, and to me that just doesn't seem possible. Like, there's just so much random shit out there, you know? Yeah,
it feels like
there's just so much.
There's a ton of shit out there for there to all be empty.
Yeah, like, you know? What? That's crazy.
There's so much out there too. It's crazy.
So much. It's actually scary how much is out there.
Yeah.
Like when you really like.
There's such a small part of it.
Yeah. That's actually terrifying.
And like our entire existence is centralized on this like little
tiny
speck.
And this little speck, yeah.
Yeah.
That could just get fucked by something.
Imagine, space whale just eats us. Honestly, that would not be a bad way to go. I'd love to be digested by a space whale.
It would be terrifying. It would be like some Attack on Titan type shit.
But what if it was like big enough to just like swallow us and the sun in like one gulp kind of shit? It's like, what if we just didn't even realize?
You see a fucking tooth or a tongue just coming at you from the sky.
Well, like, we wouldn't realize we've been swallowed, right? Because like the mouth is so big. So what if we just saw like, what if we just saw the teeth close on the sun?
You would see slowly the stars start disappearing.
Oh, fuck.
That's because you would be like, yo, what happened to the North Star?
Shit.
And just from the North Star, everything just starts getting dark. And then, like, that shit closes and all you see is the sun and shit.
There's gotta be a movie for this.
Oh, fuck, dude. That'd be scary as shit.
Isolating. There's just us and the sun now.
Oh, fuck, dude. Then those space wolves is like, shit will attack us and shit, you know, attack all the sentient beings.
Like, they're white blood cells of the whale.
Yeah. That would be a crazy movie.
I'd pay to see that.
I feel like that'd be a B movie though.
No, definitely.
B movie.
It's like a Sharknado kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely like a Sharknado thing. Like a Sharknado. That was a big thing, man.
I only ever watched them like at sleepovers with friends in middle school.
I never actually watched one, to be honest with you.
I never watched one all the way through. I've fallen asleep during every Sharknado movie, and I've seen like 4 of them.
Damn.
I always fall asleep.
You know which ones were fun when the first time I saw it? But like, was the hole? No, not holes. Those worms that were on the ground. You don't remember that movie? It's an old movie, but there were these like sentient worms, like gigantic worms that were in the ground, in the sand. And there was like a town in Arizona that got attacked by them or some shit. Dude, I think that's what it's called.
No, that's the new movie that just came out.
Oh, okay, my bad then, maybe not.
Nah. I mean, there is an old dude, but I think it's like a space sci-fi movie.
No, this one's like they're just smart worms.
The plot sounds like something that I've seen like a clip of, but like I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I feel you. That's an old movie, man. I'm an old dude. We're off by a few years, but it makes.
How old are you?
I'm 25, about to be 26.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
I'll be 21 in November.
Damn.
I'm excited.
21, I was tripping. I was 21, I was still wilding out, man. I was still partying hard. I went from like going to church, and then I left and just started partying hard again.
Yeah.
And then I just chilled out after I started smoking. Actually,
yeah.
That's what got me to chill.
See, it does good things.
Mm-hmm. But not everybody gets that, you know.
I feel like it depends on how you use it too. I feel like a lot of people, it's like, not that like, I feel like escape is like a bad word because it's like, it's good to take a break and like chill out and stuff like that. But like, if you just like unplug completely from life, like especially if you're like depressed and you smoke a lot, I feel like that's kind of tends to be a bad combo.
Dude, and you know what? I really went through a really rough time after Five Guys actually, but like yeah, that's what I was doing for a little while. I was just depressed and smoking. Yeah, and it's a rough combo. It's
It's so hard to get out of because, like, it makes you comfortable in the depression.
Yeah. It makes you comfortable.
You don't want to fight it.
Being depressed.
Because you don't need to fight the depression because you can just get high.
You can just get high and relax.
You're not good, but you're not terrible.
And the issues that, like, it wasn't just, for me, it was depression, but it was also, like, I was dealing, like, sometimes I get flares from, like, past crazy shit that's happened to me that was, like, kind of traumatic and shit.
Sure.
So, like, I would get flares of, like, anxiety attacks or, like, panic attacks and stuff. Kind of like just PTSD, pretty much.
Flashing everybody, my bad.
So, I feel like I had, like, PTSD and shit for a little while. And it'll flare up sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I was dealing with that. And sometimes, and what sucks when I go through those episodes is that, like, it almost feels like reality is kind of intermingling with whatever's going on in my head. Like, if I'm remembering some, like, really aggressive shit and I'm in an aggressive mood, everything that I perceive throughout the day is very aggressive. Like, something small, minor, like maybe somebody accidentally bumped me or something, it becomes, like, a super aggressive thing. So, like, but that's, of course, that's not a good thing. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
Like,
I think it's good that you're genuine about it, though.
Yeah.
You're self-aware.
You have to, man. You have to. You can't. There's no way you can become like a not even a productive member of society, but just a member of society. Like, there's no way you can really get out of your depression unless you kind of like face your demons type shit.
I think you can work on yourself until you know what you're working on.
Exactly.
So, like really self, and that doesn't mean like being hard on yourself. Like, don't be an asshole.
Yeah. I've always talked to myself, kind of like processing what was going on and what. I always try to think of, like, so let's say I get angry about something specific that there's no reason to get angry over. Once I really think about it, I was like, why did I get angry?
Yeah. And
I think it'll, like, a memory will come back when, like, something traumatic happened. And, like, every time that happens, it's like I get a flashback.
You kind of identify it.
Like, it becomes like I'm back in that moment. You know?
Yeah.
So, like, recognizing that is so difficult, man. I'm getting a lot better at it, but, like, you have to do that to be able to get out of depression sometimes.
Yeah.
Especially the type of depression that I was going through. Yeah.
I think it's important to talk to yourself like you would a friend that you're, like, telling your hard truth to. Where it's like, you're not being an asshole. You're not being like, oh, you're such an idiot.
You're just being honest with yourself.
Yeah, you're like, hey, like, this is what I did. Like,
and you have to.
I'm doing.
You have to have goals on where you want to be too.
Yeah.
Like what you want to do. You know, even if they're small. You know, or even if what you want to do doesn't have, like, you might, like, I don't have the best budget, you know, but I'm gonna do what I want, what I can, because I want to do it, you know, like.
Yeah, and people, like, don't take the steps either, where it's like, okay, you want a nice budget, but then it's like, I'm not trying to call you out or anything, but it's like, you gotta take the first step of, like, okay, what am I spending money on?
Yeah.
Or, like, and even if that's too much, it's like, okay, well, like, what am I unnecessarily spending money on?
Exactly.
You know, like, starting to, like, at least starting the process of thinking about it. Because that's why it's so overwhelming. Is because you just don't even start.
You don't. Yeah, starting is the hardest part. The week, this whole week, I've been freaking the fuck out about this podcast because I didn't know how. It's the first time with the guest, so I have no. Even if I know you, like, we're cool and everything, we're friends, but, like, it's still nerve wracking because you don't know what's really gonna happen.
Right.
It's an unknown.
Yeah.
You know? So that unknown was scary, but, like. Yeah, man. Once you got here, it was like super chill. You know, it was
light it up,
normal.
get going.
Yeah. Yeah, we had some fucking issues that we managed to figure out with the mic. Several issues, yeah.
You know, I kind of like this a little bit better than coming off the table, though.
You think so?
I kind of think it looks better.
Okay.
Because I feel like they would be up in the shot, you know, like, kind of blocking us anyway.
That's actually a good idea. Yeah, I like that. I might add a few things on the table, you know, just to give it a little something.
They change it every time.
Yeah, for sure.
Or not, either way.
I definitely want to, like, change it. I want to actually start, like, slowly upgrade it, you know. Yeah,
if you get a slightly bigger table, you could, like, bring the laptop down too, so it's not, like, up in there.
That's true. Well, this table actually goes farther down and actually goes higher up.
Oh, okay.
Like by like a good amount. So yeah, originally I wanted it high up, but then I realized that like it would be like it was like up to it was gonna go to our chest.
Like news anchors.
Yeah. Yeah. So I didn't want to do that shit, so I brought it down.
Yeah. More personable.
Yeah, a lot better. Yeah.
Awesome.
But I like this. This is.
Me too. Yeah, it's fun.
Nice, right? It's
yeah.
It's
I really
chill.
enjoy it. It doesn't feel like I don't feel like pressure to talk about.
Yeah,
it's like we're not like forcing conversation or anything like that.
Yeah, and I feel like because you were asking me like what we want to talk about, I want to really talk about like if you've ever had difficult moments and like what you learned from and stuff like that. Kind of like, not saying this is gonna be like a wellness podcast or like a mental health podcast or nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing like that, but it's just like sometimes you gotta hear other people's stories to kind of like put yours in perspective, you know. And I think that helps people that like don't really have the time to do that shit sometimes. Cause like sometimes you're doing shit all day, every day, and you just forget like sometimes the important things. Like you forget how to relax sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Like I struggled for a little while to like just relax. Like when I would go back to like my hometown and everything to just for a few days, I just would be jittery. Like I felt like I had to do something. It was very uncomfortable. It's super uncomfortable. And now I'm starting to kind of learn to like relax slowly over time. Yeah. So
I don't think I've mastered that yet, but
it's so hard, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta take like, you know, the thing that you're always like saying like, damn, I wish I had more time for it. You gotta write it down, or you gotta kind of keep it in your head. So when you have a day off, you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna do that. Even if I don't feel like it now, once I'm in there, you're gonna enjoy it. You know?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
I really need to start doing that more because I don't feel like I have enough hobbies. Because like I feel I hate conversations where you meet someone and they're like, "What are your hobbies?" Because I can't be like, "Oh, I play video games." Because like I can, but like if they're anyone over the age of like 35,
or they just don't play video games. It's
yeah,
like,
or if
there's no community. Like that's
I hate when people say that.
It's just like, oh, I don't play video games. I'm like, oh, okay. Like to me, I can continue the conversation, but I understand because it's like you have all this like conversations that you could have, like,
yes,
and it just gets snuffed out like
that. But also like, I mean, I hate it because like I feel like there's some people that'll be like, oh, I don't play video games.
Oh, that kind of
like
vibe.
where they're like, there's something wrong
with
with it. Where I'm like, all right, man, like you don't have to enjoy video games, but also like
don't act like there's people making millions of dollars.
Yeah, don't act
playing
like
video games only. Like don't act like that's not happening too.
Like reading a book or watching a movie, like it's all entertainment.
Yeah.
It's just how you choose to consume it. Like,
yeah, man. Like exactly.
It's just kind of silly.
It is silly. It's pretty silly. Yeah, man. Video games are the shit.
Yeah, dude.
Since I was a little kid, man, I've been playing.
Yeah, me too, dude.
Yeah. What was the first console you had?
Dude, so when I was like 6 months old, my family moved to Indonesia because they were like missionaries there, which is like, do you know what Indonesia is?
Yeah. I know around the area.
Yeah, so we're on one of the bigger islands.
Okay.
But we had, I don't know if we brought this Xbox with us or if we got it there, but we had like one of the first like the limited edition like Master Chief Xbox that was like blue and clear and you could like see all the hardware.
Shit.
And in Indonesia, like everything is pirated, like all the games. So like they had game stores, everything is super cheap, and it's like everything is there.
Did they mod your Xbox? Like,
no, it was just ran off the discs back then. They weren't that advanced yet.
Oh, dude, my PlayStation 2, they fucking hacked it. And they got it to run the pirated game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was back in Mexico. You could do a bunch of shit there, yeah.
I was, very young. They totally could have modded it. I have no idea.
Hey,
but
man,
as far as I know, we were just throwing discs in. Because I'm pretty sure that they just, like, bought one copy and ripped a bunch of, like, discs of it, and that was that.
That was back in the day when before the internet got to where it's at right now.
Yeah.
You could do that shit. I don't think you could really do it now.
I think it's also, like, this, like, the hardware that's in there, like, the way they've designed it now, like, actually, like, detects authenticity and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where back in the day, if it just had the information, it would play the disc,
The disc. Yeah, you're right. That makes sense.
I mean, I don't know if I'm right. I'm kind of bullshitting, but
yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah. But yeah, we had the original Xbox. I would play like Lego Star Wars, or like they had like a Finding Nemo game.
Oh shit.
Like from the movie, like those were like the OGs. Like
yeah.
I remember like Curious George. Like,
you ever play the Incredibles video game?
Yes, dude, I love the Incredibles video game.
That was underrated. I don't know if it was underrated because I didn't really watch the movie, but at that time,
I love that game.
That game was so fucking good, man.
Also, did you play the Narnia game?
The Narnia game.
The first one, I love that one.
That shit was
bro.
good as fuck.
The next
man.
one's kind of fell off, and the DS version kind of sucks. But
Yeah. But that was back when like movie video games were like kind of popping off, and they were pretty good.
Yeah. Because some of them, like a lot of them sucked, but some of them were good.
Sucked. Yeah.
There was I remember like there was some animated aliens movie, and they made a game for it. Oh god, that's not enough to go off if I know, but like, I don't.
What is like a memorable thing you remember about the show?
Towards the end of the movie, like the bad guy alien like erupts a volcano of clay, and it like encases all the other aliens in clay, and they turn into statues. It was like super traumatizing to watch.
Oh, what the
I don't remember what movie this is. And the good guy aliens just fly away in a rocket ship, and eventually they come back and save them. But like, they just ditch a city to like it's like Mount Pompeii. Like they literally like coat a city in clay, and everyone is frozen. It's like I was like, oh god,
that's fucking crazy. I have no idea what movie that is actually.
It's also not like heavily implied whether they survived that incident. They don't like show them dying, but they also don't like show them like coming back to life afterwards.
Yeah.
It's like this is a kids movie, right? Like,
yeah. I don't know, man. I remember those games were good, man. I had the NES. No, I think it was the NES or something. It was back when it was the one that played the Super Mario Bros. Like the original one. The side scroller. The actual console and everything. That was the one I played. And I remember they wouldn't let me play that shit because they said that it was for adults. Fucking liars. I hopped on that motherfucker, and from the instant, man, I just learned how to play. Like that was from that beginning, and I just fucking continued that.
When I was like, the first DS or like handheld I had was like the Nintendo DS Lite. I don't know if you remember that one. That was like when I was like 14 when I got that. I was like very hyped about that. And then we got a Wii a couple of years later. But after that was like the first Nintendo stuff I got my hands on.
Damn. I think we had a GameCube. That's what I had. I had a GameCube.
I had friends who had that, but I was jealous.
Oh, dude, GameCube was it was it, man. It had a lot of fun games. Yeah.
Which one had Medal of Honor? Was that PlayStation? Or was that GameCube?
PlayStation 2 had Medal of Honor. I think PlayStation 2 had it, yeah.
One of my friends had that, and I was really jealous. I thought Medal of Honor was the best.
Oh, no, I think it was GameCube. I think you're right. It was GameCube. I can't remember, dude. I have no fucking clue. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea.
Beats me,
yeah.
A couple of years ago, my family got one.
Oh, shit. God damn it.
Way over.
Hopefully it did. Dude, this...
Yeah, we might... I don't know how long you were planning on filming for.
Hey, dude, I don't care. However long you want to do it.
I mean, I'm down to keep going. I am
100% down to keep going.
I'm gonna start falling off on quality.
No, you're good, dude. Whenever you wanna let it go.
No, I mean it's up to you, bro. You call it.
Dude, I'm usually playing video games at this time.
Yeah.
I'm usually playing video games at this time because I go in at 2 p.m. So I can stay up pretty late and still get a good night's sleep. So.
All right, we'll call it like 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
For sure. Yeah, 20 minutes is good. Yeah. I have the timer. Hopefully I'll be able to keep up.
Hell yeah.
The time's flying by though, dude.
It really is.
It's like almost 2 hours already. That's fucking crazy. I didn't think that this was gonna last. Like,
yeah, you're gonna have to edit a lot, bro.
This is gonna be a lot of editing. I'm gonna have to start tomorrow.
How long do you want the final podcast to be?
I kind of want it around this time. I know we started a little early here, but I do want to keep it as like most of it in there. So as much as possible. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be a lot. So over an hour for sure.
Damn.
Over an hour for sure, dude. It's gonna be a long
There's
podcast.
some dedicated listeners.
That's gonna be. Hey, man. I mean, I don't mind if people don't watch it the whole way. I've done that where I watch podcasts and then I'll like.
Yeah.
I'm doing something that really needs a lot of like focus, and so I'll stop listening to it. I'll forget about it.
That's usually what happens. Podcasts.
Yeah. That's just what it is. It is what it is. Yeah, man. Yeah. I actually have a video, a short. You know those little YouTube shorts that they have now. I don't know if you've seen those. So you know how like TikTok, like the way that TikTok has their stuff. You just
sure. Yeah. Oh, I do know the shorts are. Yeah.
Okay. YouTube shorts. Yeah, I made one. I reviewed a vegan protein powder. Something.
Ooh, okay.
and I didn't like it. It tasted like shit.
Bad review.
Yeah, bad review. But like, I just drank that shit. It was 15 seconds. I drank it. I was high as fuck. My eyes were not open. My eyes were not open at all.
It's a high review.
Yeah, I couldn't even read that shit right.
It was genuine then.
Yeah, it was genuine. It was straight genuine. But that shit down, tasted it for the first time. Tasted like ass. No. Somebody commented saying like, "Oh, you gotta have bananas and some shit like that." I was like, "Well, I mean, like, I'm testing the actual product with nothing in it, and it tastes like shit. So like, if you gotta add to it, I mean, I guess." But.
Yeah, add sugar too.
Yeah, like, I mean, I might as well just go with another one.
Some maple syrup and some chocolate chips.
Yeah,
it might taste better as well.
Yeah, just make it super unhealthy and it'll be better.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It has 1,000 views. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So hopefully.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna keep doing that. Those little shorts here and there. Yeah, man.
Cool.
But yeah, I have no idea how many I'm gonna do. Like monthly. That makes sense. Yeah.
Shorts or podcasts?
Podcasts.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
That makes sense. It seems like a higher production.
Yeah, this is gonna take a lot longer to put up together.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is gonna take.
Well, I feel like the editing's gonna be a bear too.
Editing's gonna be a bitch. Yeah, but I have a day off, and I'm gonna have to do it. Like, I'm in the stage where I have to actually put in a lot of effort.
Yeah.
You know, like in the beginning, it was super easy. I would record it on my phone, and the mic was actually connected to the phone, and it was a lot closer. It was a lot more like it was like from here to here, so you would just see me sitting in a corner or something.
Nice.
It looked like I was a hostage and shit. And I would just be talking, like smoking or something, whatever.
Yeah.
And so that was super easy. I would literally just end the recording and just upload that shit.
Sure.
Now this is gonna take effort.
Yeah.
It's gonna take effort.
Hopefully it's not too bad with the audio.
Yeah, it's gonna be a little rough in the beginning, but like towards around this time, it should just be smooth.
Yeah.
But I figured the beginning was gonna be rough because like that's just how these podcasts start. Yeah. I always. You know what happened to me a lot is that the camera would be so close that I could adjust it. And I actually had it facing towards me so I could see the actual camera. And every time I would start it, I would align it, it would be perfect. And every time I would press like record, it would be a little bit off. And I'd be like fucking in the middle of the recording. Worst, yeah. In the middle of the recording, I'm like trying to move it. I'm like, my bad, y'all.
Too much, I gotta start over.
Yeah. I just kept that shit in there.
Awesome. That's how you should do it.
That's how the first few. That's how the. I feel like this is like part 2, like season 2 of the podcast.
Hell yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. This is pretty much like season 2. Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Eventually, I want to get a producer because I don't want to keep doing this shit.
Right.
I don't want to keep editing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to learn it, man. I haven't even gotten into the program because I didn't really record anything. I didn't have time throughout the week, so. Literally, I'm gonna be learning it and editing it at the same time. Hey. Fuck it, man.
Into the deep end.
Yeah, man. I've done harder shit than this. Fuck it.
You say that now. We'll find out.
Oh yeah, that's true. I'm
just kidding. But
no, you never know because I might be shitty at editing. I
mean, I can't be worse than throwing bricks of metal into bricks of metal into molten metal.
You know, I did those kind of physical labor jobs for so long that I'm used to it. Like mentally exhaustive jobs are actually difficult for me. But like physically exhaustive jobs, I can do.
Yeah.
But like, you know, now I have to. I mean, I'm gonna have to learn it either way. Fuck it, you know. But yeah, it's just because of working all those shitty jobs, man. You just get used to it. Like, it sounds sad to say, but you just get used to that kind of work. People are just working, man, like fucking up their bodies. Like by the time they're 30, they're like, there's a lot of people over there that by the time they're 30, bro, they're limping, they're fucked, like, their hip is fucked up. Like
it's just sad to hear too.
Yeah, man.
Like, you don't have skills to fall back on once you can't move anymore.
Yeah, man.
And probably not money set aside.
No, not enough money set aside, and especially because there's nothing to do over there. Like there's nothing to do but drink over there.
Yeah,
like, that's all you do, man. Like, that's all you do. Like you party, you smoke,
drugs.
You do drugs. That's it, man. There's nothing to do over there at all. No good internet, no shit. Like I guess like in the actual small little town, I guess you can get okay.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's shit internet.
Yeah. And I mean, There's like maybe a couple like small restaurants, right? But other than that,
There's a few because here's the thing that saves that specific times that there's a college like a university actually
Okay.
like a legit university in it, so it has like a few things that are sprinkled around there that kind of like add to it.
sure.
So there's more than just one or two good restaurants. There's actually a few.
That's
So,
good.
So yeah. There's like a few like actual bars and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
That so like you can actually have a good time if you feel like drinking, but if you like, there's no way you can like be as free as you are right now, like smoking.
Okay.
There's no way. Like you'd get sent to jail
Really?
so fast, bro. Over there, it was a real deal. You had to be fucking careful, man.
That's crazy because like I've just been in Austin for so long. I've never even considered weed being people
Dude.
carrying really.
It was mind blowing to me when I came over here. I was like, "What the? I'm gonna love this place."
I
Man.
know
I
I'm
was,
getting shit here.
hell yeah, dude. Over there, it's like, weed is treated like such a hard drug.
Well,
man.
actual weed is decriminalized in Austin. Carts aren't, but to a certain amount, like they won't arrest you for.
That's true.
I think it's like an ounce or something.
Yeah, it's less than that. And I always buy less than that, so I'm good.
It's not illegal. It's just decriminalized. It's not legal. It's just decriminalized.
Yeah,
Which is basically the same thing.
yeah. If they catch you, you're not really in trouble.
Not
Pretty
really.
much. Yeah.
I mean, if you're driving or something.
Oh, dude, if you get caught over there, even with like just a gram, dude. Like a gram, you can get sent to jail for a little while. Now, probably won't get like 20 years prison for sure. But like, if you're trying to distribute over there, you gotta be like super, super low key about that shit.
I mean, even a year in prison goes on your record.
Yeah, man. And jobs over there don't really hire people like that. It's kind of like once you start getting in that cycle, it's kind of hard to get out of it. I
That's
imagine.
terrible.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Let's see what another question. We have like 10 minutes left.
Sure.
I have no.
Yeah, I'm getting a little tired too, so I might.
Yeah.
We'll see how good my response is. I'll give it my best.
Did you ever play sports when you were younger? These are really generic questions.
I played basketball.
You played basketball?
Yeah, when I was younger, I did like these upward teams they were called. From like elementary school, and then 6th grade year I joined a team and we lost every single game.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, and then in high school I was on a robotics team because my choices were lacrosse or robotics because I did like the school I went to was technically legally considered homeschooled, but like by like the school board, but like I had teachers and everything, but like what that meant was when I went to do like sports and stuff like that, I could only sign up for club sports, not like regular sports. So like football and stuff like that I actually wanted to play, I wasn't allowed to sign up for.
Wow.
But like lacrosse I could, but I didn't really want to play lacrosse.
Yeah.
But there was like a robotics team that wasn't associated with the school that I knew about, and I joined them. I happen to be wearing this shirt. I didn't plan that or anything.
Hey, cool.
This isn't a shirt I got there. But this is like the first like 10 games they ever hosted from the league I was in.
Oh, okay.
So they're from like the 90s. But
that's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, thanks. It's a crew shirt. It's kind of like my sister found it at like a thrift store and got it for me.
What?
But yeah,
that's
fun.
crazy, dude. That's pretty cool.
So, I mean, I don't think it's
what was the robotics? Like, what did you do?
Yeah, so it's like there would be like 4 robots on the field, and there's 2 teams. So you'd be paired up with some other team.
Yeah.
And every year the challenges would be different. So they would announce like one year, there were a bunch of balls all around the fields, and then there was a big like hoop in the center. It was like 4 feet up. And then if you had the ball, if you collected, there was also like a taped off square, because like there's a varying level of how good people are at building their robots.
Yeah.
So they make different ways to score points. So like if you got the balls into the corner, they were like 1 point. But if you were actually able to pick up a ball, aim it at the net, and shoot it in, it counted as like 10 points.
Oh shit.
And then each round is divided into 2 minutes. So the first 30 seconds is completely the robot controls itself, and it's called autonomous.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next minute and a half are like the driver period. And so like there's a minute of like normal gameplay where you're trying to score, and then usually the last 30 seconds there's like an extra hard objective that you can't do until the very end. So like that year it was like there was a ladder and you could like have your robot like pull itself up onto it.
Okay.
So yeah, every year they make different new challenge, and then you would make a new robot, and you had like they would announce it in August, and the first competition would be in like October or November. So you had like 3 or 4 months. And then there would be like a tournament style. So one year we went to Worlds, and we got to play against teams from like Russia and Israel.
Oh,
and, like,
shit.
yeah, it was really cool. There was like a bunch of Chinese teams there. And they were way better at like this. I don't mean this in like a rude way, but they were like really way better at coding than like any of the American teams.
Damn.
So like we kept having like asking kids from the Chinese teams to like come help us with our code.
That's crazy, man.
But yeah, it was really cool. We got to go to Houston. It was fun.
Oh yeah, man, that sounds like an awesome time.
Yeah, it was good. It got me. I think it got me a lot more interested in like the tech world than I was before.
Okay.
So
yeah, that sounds like something.
I mean, at first I was gonna do mechanical engineering because like I applied to A&M and I got into the school there, but I was gonna have to go to Galveston for a year, and I didn't really want to do that. So then I didn't do it.
Okay, hey man, you do what you want to do. I mean, at the end of the day.
I also wasn't that excited about mechanical engineering at that point, so I was kind of moving on towards other things.
My original plan was to be a physics teacher.
Really?
That was my original plan, to be a physics teacher. It's a fucking different.
I hate physics. That was one of the reasons I didn't want to be a mechie.
I hate math, and physics is all math, but it just that world that like those weird like laws of physics and stuff just seems so interesting to me.
Yeah, they are.
But it's all math at the end of the day, and I don't want to do that shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's a weird amount of math that goes into like the whole world,
weird,
bro.
Yeah, super weird, man. But I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shit, I think we can just end it here.
All right, man. Well, thank you for having me. This is a lot of fun.
Yeah, no problem.
It was awesome.
Dude, I don't know if you want me to add your name or not.
Yeah, you can have my name.
Because I don't know if you want to say your name, because it'll be easier to keep you anonymous.
Okay.
If you want to stay anonymous.
I can stay anonymous if you want. Is that like your format?
No. But here's the thing: is that I also don't want to put people in a position to like where they get like in trouble to other mediums and stuff. You know.
I'm not worried about getting in trouble, but like if you're like planning on doing it or something.
No, I can put your name there.
Either way, bro. It's up to you. Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is Harrison. The podcast just ended, but like.
Yeah.
This is Harrison.
Thanks.
At the very end, you'll find out. So if you get
this is Oscar.
Yeah, this is me. I'm Oscar. Yeah.
I don't know. Hopefully, that's not an announcement. I don't know.
No, that's it. No. They know my name.
Cool.
Yeah, I tend to keep it pretty open.
Nice.
On the podcast, so.
Yeah, no, I'm comfortable with putting my name on your podcast.
Okay,
yeah.
Awesome. Sounds good. All right, well, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, man.
Awesome.
I appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
That was fun, man. That was actually fun.
Yeah.
Podcast. It was pretty fun.
Cool.
All right, so that should be cut off right there. That'll be it.
Awesome. Dude, thank you for having me.
Dude, that shit was a lot of fun. Man. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.